guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. It is not a date or time specific reading. Whenever you come upon it, if it speaks to you, it may be your reading at that time, but it is a general reading. So it won't resonate for everyone. Always best to just take what does speak to you and leave the rest. You can be here as a cross watcher. Welcome. Sometimes the messages come through directly for you. But in any event, regardless of what sign you are, you may need to flip the energies around. That's perfectly fine. So let's just jump right in. See what we get for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Queen of Emotions, Queen of Cups right here, right here. Okay. And challenging is the King of Emotions. I love that. So we have the King and Queen of Water, of Cups. Very interesting. Here we've got the Hanged Man in your unconscious awareness. Wow, so something's kind of come to a standstill. We've got the Page of Cups, Page of Emotions. Beautiful. So some kind of message of love, maybe of apology. Here we have the Lovers in your conscious awareness. That's Gemini. We've got the Hermit, Virgo energy in the future. And message from Spirit is Three of Wands, Three of Inspiration. Hidden energy is the Devil. Aha. The plot thickens. And then we've got the Death card in your hopes and or fears. That is one of your cards here, Scorpio. And Queen of Swords in the outcome position. Let me just shift these over a little bit here. I've had to sort of change my setup for the time being, so give me a moment to adjust. All right. Wow. Right off the bat, as I look at this, it looks to me like in the hidden energies, there may be some kind of control issue. There could be something very karmic playing itself out between you and this person. I'm not 100% sure. I'll see when I clarify, but it's interesting because somebody here is just going to go, kind of embark on a solitary journey. This Hermit energy, it feels like somebody just is going to need to remove themselves from the situation altogether and spend a lot of time looking inward. Notice how in this card she's sitting there and all the sun is sort of focused in, and she's sort of just sitting there looking up for enlightenment of some kind. I know that that's often associated with the Hanged Man, but I'm feeling as if in this deck there's a similar theme. In the unconscious awareness of the Hanged Man, sometimes it's a card of surrender, right? I just got to kind of let go. If something's in stuck energy, if there's a temporary standstill or something's delayed or stagnant even, you just got to surrender to it for the time being. Lovers is a card of choice, right? And this can be a card of reunion, but it's more than anything. It's, a moment of truth where you kind of have to make a choice from your heart and sometimes about a connection. And then Spirit's talking to you. Three of Wands is what you've been waiting for, the anticipation in your hopes and or fears with the Death card. The Death card can be about transformation, but it can also be about endings. And I have a feeling you're afraid that this whole thing has sort of hit a brick wall. That may come after you do a little bit of a little bit of soul searching here. Now, in the future, your potential outcome is the Queen of Swords, that Queen of Voices. She's a truth seeker, truth teller. So I do get the impression that you will be on a search for some truth in this situation whenever that opportunity arises. So let's look at the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups. The King of Cups is in the challenge position. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're totally stuck. There's divine feminine energy. Interesting, the Magician is underneath. So when I pull from the bottom of the deck, for those of you who are new, welcome, by the way. I do hope if you enjoy the reading, you'll consider joining us here by subscribing. Yes, please do that. But I kind of feel like you're feeling stuck in this situation. There may be a lot of love here. This may even be very twin flame energy coming through with the King and Queen of Cups and the Lovers, but we do have the Devil in the hidden energies, and I do get the impression that you're feeling rather torn or stuck or unsure of the nature of the connection. Here is divine feminine energy in the Empress. We've got the Magician underneath, which leaves me feeling that you're kind of feeling disempowered here. You're not really operating from manifestation at this moment. Three of Wands, by the way, is another manifestation card. So we'll see what Spirit has to say about that. In the Hanged Man, Queen of Wands, the Moon. Yeah, you're feeling disempowered, uncertain, apprehensive, even a little fearful. Right? Am I being breadcrumbed here? So the Hanged Man's kind of coming through like stagnant energy, and you're not feeling that sense of personal power to kind of rise above it, or to enact any kind of change that would make a difference, that would get things unstuck. So it's triggering your last nerve here with the Moon, and underneath is this Page of Pentacles, and it feels to me like you may be fearful that you're being breadcrumbed to some degree by this King of Cups. Sometimes the Page of Pentacles is about something that you need to learn, and that may be what you're afraid of, is what you would come to discover in this situation. So let's look at the Page of Cups in the past. Ten of Wands, Ace of Swords, Four of Swords. Again, feel like there's no word here. There's not, like, there's almost as if this is weighing on you so heavily because you just want the truth. And any truth would be healing, right? Even if it isn't what you want to hear, you want some measure of sincerity. If you could trust that this person was speaking from their heart, no matter what they said, you would find that A, helpful, B, healing. So I just kind of feel you've been carrying this burden for a while. There's been no real communication. If there has been, I get the impression you may have questioned the sincerity of it. So now in your conscious awareness, we have the Lovers. Nine of Wands. There's your King of Cups again. And the Three of Swords. Wow, guys. Ooh, I'm feeling this one for you. It's, you know, there's heart heaviness, brokenheartedness, lots of exhaustion, just feeling like wanting the reunion with your King of Cups, really wanting to choose the connection, not really giving up on it yet, but I kind of feel like your heart is worn out here. It's almost more than you can take. So that Lovers again comes in as a card of choice. And because I'm seeing you getting to this energy of the Queen of Swords, it may turn very quickly to a situation where you have to cut something out. You have to cut something loose. In the near future, we have the Hermit. That is a card of self-exploration and going within, kind of reclusive. Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment. I do think in this quiet energy here of the Hermit, you will have to decide if this is, you know, if there's an opportunity here for an up-leveling of the connection, maybe a new beginning, maybe some forgiveness, second chances that lead to an up-leveling. But I kind of feel like you're going to have to leave it to divine time and order. So the Hermit will be that moment where you sort of kind of let it all go. You let go of the wheel, the proverbial wheel here, and just leave it up to divine time. Interesting that Judgment is underneath. It's also a card of reunion, but it is something that, would require your person to kind of respond to, right? It is the call of the past life soulmate, and it's about answering that call, and that's a choice as well. So it kind of looks like it's a crossroads moment coming in for you, but something where you may just kind of have to come to the realization on your own that this isn't something that you can take specific actions to affect any change. And that's part of the problem, is because of that reality, you're experiencing divine time as a disempowering energy, right? The Eight of Swords, the Hanged Man with the Queen of Wands and the Moon. There's very disempowered energy here, where you're not feeling able to affect a change. But in the future, I think if you go within and spend a little time really reflecting on all of this, you may come to realize that it isn't that you're disempowered. It's that it's going to play itself out one way or the other. And it isn't something where you can actually, because there's free will involved, and because you're dealing with somebody who's not in a good headspace for whatever reason with this devil energy, gosh only knows what they're dealing with. We'll see that in a second, but it feels to me like there may be control issues here as well. And therefore, you just kind of have to turn it all over. Let's see the Three of Wands. From Spirit, there's the King of Wands. Why am I not surprised? I feel like you're waiting for someone who's not available. And the message from Spirit is about that. Right? The Three of Inspiration in this deck, you see what are those? The dominoes. Like, where the chips fall is kind of what's coming in. You're waiting for something. We've got this doorway here. You can't really proceed. You can't move forward. You've got to, let the chips fall where they may as you wait. And what you're waiting on is someone who may be unavailable. And in time, you're going to have to sort of decide if this is for you, if this is something for you. And I feel like in your unconscious awareness here, Spirit's saying, if you're torn about it, maybe it's time to assess realities on the ground. Are you dealing with someone who's not available? Are you dealing with somebody who just moves far too slowly? But yeah, that's it's like you're being guided with regard to what you're waiting for, and if that's serving your highest good at this moment. So let's look at the Devil. King of Pentacles, Emperor, Death card. Let me pull for the Death card since that's in your hopes and fears. Page of Swords, the World card, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person, I know it's going to sound crazy. I feel like this person's just a control freak. And it's all on their terms. The Devil with, is Capricorn energy. Okay. It's also Saturn, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very determined, very much things on their terms. The Emperor in reverse energy can be very much a tyrant and my way or the highway. And when I say it's time, and if it's not, I don't. And, it just feels like I'm seeing control, and then the Death card underneath. I don't see much growth or change or transformation. I see something that maybe has run its course. It's very possible that there's one or two of you here who may be dealing with someone who's married and in a very karmic connection that they cannot get out of. And unless or until that ends, you're in this weird holding pattern and feeling very much disempowered. Because what I see here in your hopes and or fears is you're just waiting for word. It's like, are we going to close out this cycle? Is there any opportunity for growth or change or transformation? Are we going to be able to, begin our cycle? Will they come in with this Page of Cups, right? This message from the heart, and you're trying to scope it out here. I wouldn't be surprised if you're flipping through their social media feeds or looking for clues along the way as to what is up. Is it over? Do I close this chapter and begin something new? Am I in this holding pattern waiting for someone who's unavailable? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what's coming through in your hopes and or fears is that you need word from somebody that you're waiting on, and they're stuck as well. And they're either stuck by virtue of they just want to control the situation, or they're stuck in another situation. So it depends on your storyline. That isn't going to be for everybody, but it seemed pretty clear to me that it's one of the potential interpretations of what I'm seeing here. You may be the divine feminine to this divine masculine, but if they're somewhere else and with a karmic partner, you're stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck. You're stuck. I mean, I see stuck energy all over this reading from your perspective. And there's some kind of intractable energy coming here from your person that you're unaware of. So let's see. Queen of Swords. Queen of Cups. Seven of Cups. Five of Wands. Yeah, you may just need to cut this whole thing out. I see some continued emotional overwhelm, confusion, lots of conflict, tension. The Five of Wands underneath is suggesting that, you'll be feeling that energy of, I don't want to be, especially if there's third party. I'm not going to be in any competition. Because sometimes that's what this energy is. It's tension and conflict and chaos that comes from an outside source. And I feel like you really want to get clear, Queen of Swords, and get to the truth. And, all of the overwhelm, it really sort of takes a toll on your heart, on your emotions, on your sensitivities. The continued conflict is what you want to clear up. So I do think if you could come from something more practical in that Queen of Swords energy, if you could kind of find your way to check the emotions of the Queen of Cups at the door, it would go a long way to helping you figure out your options of how to deal with this conflict. Because this all feels very intractable. The wisest thing here is spirits telling you, what are you waiting for? You may be waiting for someone who isn't going to ever arrive because they're not available. And that Two of Pentacles there is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Okay? So that's what I see. I know it's difficult, dicey energy, but let me tell you the astrology of who showed up. And I will also let you know that in the description box below, there is a link to the extended, which is all going to be from your person's point of view. So whoever this King of Cups Emperor person is, we're going to see how they show up in the reading, what their take is on what's going on here, how they see you, think about you, or feel about you at this moment, and their intentions toward you or the connection going forward. I'll get another card from Spirit with some additional advice or guidance, and I'll close with an oracle card. So here's who shows up. We've got the King and Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We've got Empress is Taurus and Libra, that is Venus. We have the Magician, Virgo and Gemini, that is Mercury. Presently, Venus and Mercury are together in the sign of Sagittarius. We have the Hanged Man is Pisces. Queen of Wands and King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Moon is Pisces. We've got the Lovers is Gemini. Oh, that King of Cups is out twice and the Queen of Cups is out twice. That's pretty interesting. Hermit is Virgo. Wheel of Fortune is Sagittarian energy. It's actually a card of Jupiter. Jupiter has just stationed direct, actually, in the sign of Pisces recently, but will be moving into Aries very soon. Judgment is Scorpio. We've got Devil is Capricorn, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries in the Emperor. Death card's out twice. That's your sign, Scorpio. The World is Aquarius and Capricorn. That's a card of Saturn. Queen of Swords is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So that's what I have for you. The link to the extended is below if you want to follow your person's energy. I'll see you there in a second. Otherwise, bye for now.